Hey cocktail fans, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing on variations on the old-fashioned cocktail, but with a twist, because it might not surprise you to know, those of you that kind of follow me on my other channels, you will probably know that I'm a big rum fan, not necessarily a whiskey fan. In fact, at home, I only really own one bottle of whiskey, and that's a virtually finished bottle of Jack Daniels, but I have got plenty of rum. But the principles are going to be the same. Just because I'm using rum in these cocktails doesn't mean to say, you whiskey fans, there's not going to be anything here for you. So you can either refer to these as rum fashions or rum old fashions. I'm not sure what the correct vernacular is. I'll leave that down to you. Now, the old fashioned or the rum old fashioned is actually one of the easiest cocktails that you could possibly wish to make. All you really need is 6 things. And I guarantee if you're watching this video, most of you will like to make drinks at home. So I'm pretty much assuming that you will have all 6 of these things already. The first 2 things are a given. You'll need a glass and you'll need some ice. You'll then need your spirit of choice, which I know you've all got at home, whether it's a whiskey, whether it's a rum, you'll all have that. You'll need a sweetener of your choice, traditionally brown or normal cane sugar. I guarantee you'll all have that. And then you'll need some bitters. Traditionally, things like Angostura bitters. And then the final thing you'll need, and I do guarantee you'll do this, although I know a lot of people won't, and that is your garnish. Traditionally, what we would call a swath of orange peel, kind of just take an orange and a nice zest over there, and a maraschino cherry. But here, you know, we look after you with our dried fruits, and we also do sell the cherries as well. Now, to make an old-fashioned or rum fashioned, in its simplest form, you just need this little setup. I've got a glass and I've got my ice. 50, 60 ml of your spirit of choice. Your sugar is always adjust to taste. Anywhere between a bar spoon, all right, these are big ones, but these are probably close to 10 ml, but a 5 ml to a 15 ml. You could even go a little bit more if you want. If you've got a really sweeter tooth, you could do 25 ml. But I would say between 5 and 15 ml of your sweetener of choice. And then your bitters. Just throw that in a glass with some ice, give it a stir to the required dilution, and you are done. Now, the only point to note really, to get a little bit technical, is how long you stir it for and how much ice you use. If you just use a couple of cubes of ice and stir it for 5 seconds or so, you're gonna get a little bit of dilution, but not too much. If you use a couple of cubes of ice and stir it for 30 or 40 seconds, you'll get a lot of dilution because that ice will have melted. Again, it is completely up to you. What I would traditionally recommend, and what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to use a mixing glass and fill it half full with ice and stir it for anywhere between sort of 20 and 30 seconds, just to give me that little bit of dilution I need. But you have to find your own way of this. The amount of ice, the length of time it takes you to stir the cocktail, that'll all be down to personal preference. Now, without any further ado, let's move on to what I'm actually here for. And that's giving you lot some fun and different inspiration. Now, I'm just going to point something out here very, very quickly. The rums that I'm going to be using in this video are from Ron Colon, El Salvador with a bit of Jamaican rum. This is in no way a paid promotion for the Drink Stuff channel. This is not a paid promotion for me at all, for my own stuff. I just merely brought these in from home because I've been playing with these a little bit. These are fun rums and they do bring really something really different to your drinks. So this is not a Drink Stuff endorsement or anything like this. This is me doing what I do best and coming up with some leery drinks for you to try and to inspire you, because you will be able to kind of riff these up on your own at home. And let's face it, the world doesn't need another YouTube video doing a pumpkin old fashioned, a maple spice old fashioned, a cherry old fashioned, maybe swapping your Angostura bitters for chocolate bitters. They have been done to death. I'm going to take you on a different direction. And in true Steve the Barman form, I don't have any names for these cocktails either. So I'll leave that down to you. Get involved in the comments below. Name these rum fashions that are coming up. I'm just literally going to call them 1 to 5. So let's crack on. Let's get leery with Rum Fashioned number 1. And when you look at the ingredients, you think, what the hell is going on here? So the first rum I've gone for the Ron Colon. It's 111, 55.5% proof. I'm going to couple that with a little bit of, you could go coconut liqueur. I've gone for a little bit of higher ABV coconut rum, but it really does punch in coconut. We've got some of Monin's orgeat syrup. We've got some brown sugar from Monin as well, and Angostura bitters. You'll be able to get these two and the glass from us here at Drink Stuff. So you'll need 60 ml, a big double bubble of your rum, 7.5 to 10 ml of your coconut rum or liqueur, 5 ml of your orgeat syrup, 5 ml of brown sugar, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And then we're going to add a good scoop of ice and stir for 10, 15, 30 seconds. It's up to you. Take your favourite glass out of the freezer, load it with fresh ice, and just strain your cocktail over the top. And then I'm just going to simply garnish with a dried orange from Frona. And that is absolutely delicious. You get that lovely sort of funky high ester rum with a little bit of a kick, obviously. You get a faintest whiff of coconut, but coupled with the orgeat, the almond notes, and a little bit of extra sort of richness from the brown sugar and the bitters. That's Rum Fashioned's at a new level, that is. Now, if you thought the first Rum Fashioned was a bit off the wall, it's only going to get more leery from here on in. So, Rum Fashioned number 2, working title, Rum and Berries. I had originally planned this. Let me talk you through the rum first. This is, again, Ron Colon. It's 50% rye whiskey, 50% rum. So you could, again, if you don't have the rum, you could kind of do your rum. And a lot of you will have some form of rye whiskey at home, maybe. I'd originally planned this with, and it's 100 proof, so 50% ABV. I'd originally planned this with the strawberry syrup, but then I completely forgot about the spiced red berries, which I might actually use instead from Monin. This is kind of brand new. We've got a little bit of vanilla syrup, and again, just for now, we're going off in the next ones, but I'm going to stick to the Angostura bitters. So first up, we're going for 60 ml, big double bubble of this rum and rye. Now remember, if you don't have this, 30 ml rum, 30 ml of your favourite rye whiskey. Now I think I'm going to go for it. I think I am going to substitute in this brand new syrup. You see all the spiced berries on the front there, all the berries coupled with the spices. The aroma of this is fantastic, should go a treat. 7.5 ml. 2.5 ml, we don't want too much, but of vanilla syrup, and then 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Again, load your mixing glass up with plenty of ice and stir for your required amount of time. And then again, take your glass out of the freezer. And remember, you don't have to serve old fashions, rum fashions up in whiskey glasses, in tumblers. You can use Nicanora glasses or coupes, but just single strain. And then I'm just going to keep all these garnishes the same. Another dried orange from Frona. Oh boy, that's good. Oh, I like that. All the spiced red berries, that was a great shout. If you don't have that, the strawberries will work a treat. But that little bit of vanilla comes through in there. You get the spices, not overly sweet. These cocktails are still booze forward. That is absolutely delicious. Now for your third Rum Fashioned, again, we're up in the leery stakes even more. This rum this time is Rum's Cow. 33% of this bottle is mezcal, and then 66% of this bottle is rum. Again, if you've got your own mezcal and your own, or even tequila, and your own rum at home, you can kind of make this 49.5% ABV. I'm then going to match that with some orgeat syrup. I've got some Miss Betty's bitters, aromatic bitters this time. Remember, not all aromatic bitters are the same. They all have their own different recipes of herbs and spices. So these will, again, give you a very different flavour to Angostura. And then I'm going to match that with some chocolate bitters. So first up, 60 ml, big double bubble of this mezcal and rum. And then 10 to 15 ml of your orgeat syrup. 2 pipettes, basically 2 dashes of chocolate bitters, and then 1 pipette, 1 dash of your aromatic bitters. Plenty of ice and stir. Then another glass out of your freezer and single strain. And then why break a habit of a lifetime? Garnish with a dried orange. I really like that as well. I found this by complete accident. I basically used the wrong syrup when I was playing about with the rum scale at home, but found that orgeat worked. I was going for coconut, but the orgeat, oh my God, that sort of tequila, that smoky mezcal vibe, that and chocolate, the chocolate comes through in there with a little bit of spice from the aromatic. Again, it is fascinating what you can do with rum fashions. Now your fourth rum fashioned, I still can't wrap my head around how this works, but it does work and it's really tasty. So the rum is the base Ron Salvadoreno or Roncolon Salvadoreno rum, 55.5, that's been infused with coffee beads. Fantastic, not sweet, so you've got a coffee forward proper rum with Jamaican bite, Jamaican funk underneath it. We've got chocolate syrup and we've got Miss Betty's Bitters Mount Fuji Bitters, white peach, chrysanthemum, burdock and yuzu. That little bit of fruitiness on top of the chocolate and coffee. If you love your black proper espressos and you go to coffee shops and go down that different route where different beans kind of give off different kind of flavours, that's essentially what we're kind of creating with this rum fashioned. So 60ml big double bubble of this high proof coffee rum, 10 to 15ml of this chocolate syrup from Monin, and then 2 pipettes or 2 dashes of these Mount Fuji bitters. Then same drill, loads of ice, stir for the required amount of time. And remember, all these recipes, all these videos I do, there will be an accompanying blog. So you just have to go to the Drink Stuff blog to get all the recipe inspiration so you can make these for yourselves at home. Another glass out of the freezer and single strain. And then, although I'm sticking to orange, I do happen to think that a dried orange actually suits this rum fashioned really, really well. Again, I really like that. Chocolate notes with that coffee rum are superb. The bitters, that little bit of, so you got yuzu's basically like citrus fruit. Chrysanthemum will bring that sort of lovely sort of floral notes to it. Burdock, I love burdock. Dandelion and burdock as a kid. But then the white peach, you get those sort of peachy notes come through there. It's just a little bit of fruitiness to a strong rum with chocolate. That's really good. Really, really delicious. So to finish off, probably the most hilarious rum fashioned of them all. Probably the most hilarious rum fashioned that I've ever created, but it tastes superb. So to start off with, working title, Banana Colada Rum Fashioned. Don't know, can you do better? So the rum we're going for is again the Roncolon, but it's the red banana rum. Have you ever had a red banana? Comment below, let me know yes or no. I've never had, but this tastes really good. Different to other banana rums, really different, but it's really nice. Pina colada syrup, basically coconut and pineapple syrup, and then coupled with 2 lots of bitters. We've got some orange bitters, again, very different to Angostura orange bitters there. So this is Ms. Betty's bitters. And then we've got Bob's, new to me, but the daiquiri bitters. Pineapple forward with a subtle hint of mint. It's gonna bring this Leery but bright and fruity rum fashion to life. 60ml big double bubble of this banana rum, red banana rum in fact. And then I love this syrup, pina colada syrup, 10ml. Then I'm going heavier on the bitters because they are a little bit more fruity. So 2 pipettes or 2 dashes of these orange bitters, and then 2 pipettes that size of these daiquiri bitters. Remember, pineapple and mint. You know the drill by now, but loads of ice and stir. And then it had to be this glass, did it? The Tiki Mai Tai. As I say, I don't know why it's called a Mai Tai glass, but Tiki, I use it as my daiquiri glass, but just single strain. Then as I said, I'm sticking to orange, but you could have even done the dried pineapple from Frona as well. You guys know I love my fruity stuff. I've got this weird palate. I love booze forward. I don't like it too sweet. But I like fruit, I like fruity things. The banana, it's kind of a syrupy banana rum, but it's still quite strong without it being overly sweet. It's kind of a contradiction of a rum. It's delicious. But you get the pineapple, you get a little bit of coconut through there. The bitters kind of really dial that back. That's just fun. That's just really, really good.